until you get what you need, y'all. You got to give a lot just to get what you need sometimes, y'all. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose, busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose now. Busting loose in the evening. Busting loose can be pleasing. Talking about busting loose, y'all. Busting loose in the meantime. Busting loose make you feel fine. Talking about busting loose, y'all. Busting loose to my love Jones. Busting loose to each his own. Talking about busting loose, y'all. Busting loose to my love Jones. Busting loose to each his own. Give me the bridge, y'all. I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge, y'all. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose. Busting loose. I said, Shala. Come on, y'all said. I said, Shala. Get it, y'all said. I said, Shala. Come on, y'all said. I said, Shala. Hit it, y'all said. Give me the bridge now. Now I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge, y'all. Give me the bridge, y'all now. Now I feel like busting loose. Busting loose now. Busting loose when you want to deal. Busting loose doing what you feel. Talking about busting loose, girl. Busting loose when you want to deal. Busting loose doing what you feel. Talking about busting loose now. Busting loose when you want to sing. Busting loose, baby, do your thing. Talking about busting loose, girl.
All right. Busting loose this morning. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank God that we're here today, that the Lord allowed us to be here. Thank you. I hope that you have helped somebody like we talked about while you were gone, away from one another. And I hope that we have someone that we know that need our help. I hope that your time has been well spent and you got everything you want and need, and that you took time out to give homage to God. Heavenly Father, I thank you for bringing us here safe and sound, Lord. Bless David, our producer, while he's going off on vacation or visiting. Keep him safe, keep his family safe. Lord, thank God for Dawn, our engineer, that she's here with us. Thank God for you out there and your families. Thank you for everything that somebody needs that they'll come to you for, God. And bless this show, let it be something that you could be proud of. And we are forever give you grace and mercy and praise. And thank you for that grace and mercy. In Jesus' wonderful name I pray. And all of us said amen, no matter where we at.
Amen.
We can say amen and acknowledge God. Thank you, God. Well, we're back again. And so much stuff has happened. First, right off the bat, I'd like to say I just thank you for being with our show. We've been here a year, Dawn, or a little over a year. And we're on the air, and we'll look like hopefully we'll be here another year. You know what I'm saying? So let's give us a round of applause for our first year on the air. And I just thank God for those of you who have been listening and been carrying with us. I appreciate your diligency and your patience with me. But I got professionals around me, so that makes me look halfway good anyway. Not because of them, it's because I'm slow to catch on. And I thank Dawn for, since I met her and being with her, she's been a certain asset to me, a great asset.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you, Dawn, for being here and helping the Leon Watkins Show be what it is, because this is the Leon Watkins
It's
Show.
the Leon Watkins Show, all right? Where the stars are born.
Where the stars are born. We don't want nothing to go out, though, because the stars do burn out. But we're gonna keep going, and I want to thank everybody again for being here. We have a very special guest, and I'm gonna most likely get into it. She's one of my favorite singers from all time, and her name is Miss Brenda Holloway, and she's on. I'm gonna get right into Miss Holloway. Hello, Ms. Holloway.
Hello.
Brenda, how you doing?
I'm wonderful.
Oh, so glad to have you on the air today. Like I was saying, I was telling the audience that what you mean to me. You know, back in when I was coming up, or that song that you sang, it hit me off. You were one of my favorites. You know, and your voice was always been so lovely, and I just loved your words, and I loved what you do. And so I'm going to stop talking, but I'm excited to have you on the show right now.
Well, I'm excited to be on the show with you. I thank you for having me.
Oh, it's just my pleasure. I want to thank Frank and Jeannie for alerting me to you. Frank is in dialysis with us. He's my brother in dialysis, and Jeannie walks around. She's our ambassador. She's the mother of the unit. And so they was telling me about it, how much they feel about you. They were telling me about you, how much, what you are. So they say, yes, she's so sweet. I said, oh, really? Okay, So anyway, they were saying that they would like for me to get you on the show. And I said, I would definitely do it. And I'm so glad you're here. First of all, I want to get right into it. Well, I have to admit, I saw you this morning on Dick Clark. I think you were 17. You remember that?
Yes, I was an old 17-year-old.
She said, how long you been singing? And you said, I've been singing since I was 7. I said, oh, my goodness. Okay, we're going to pick up. Let's pick up from right there. Okay, you've been singing a long time. Could you tell us how you got into it and what's going on with you?
Well, there was a lady that lived across the street because I was the first West Coast artist. I was not originally from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Barry came out here for a disc jockey's convention, and I sang My Guy for 8 hours, going from room to room, from disc jockey to disc jockey.
Oh.
And then finally, they all came in, and he introduced himself as Barry Gordy. I almost fell out because he had been listening to me all day.
Mama.
And I had on this real tight jumpsuit. It was gold and gold heels, and I'm just 16 and a half, and those shoes began to hurt at 4 o'clock. I wanted to go home, but Barry signed me that day, and I was just so excited about meeting him. And
Mama.
He signed me when I was 16 and a half.
Mama. Now, we got a picture of you standing here. I don't know what color the dress is, but you got gloves on, and you look like you're singing, and look very nice. I don't know when that is, but I don't think you remember everything, but I'm looking at you right now.
You're right about that. Some things I don't need to remember, but some of the things I need to remember, so I have to work on what I need to remember. But that was a picture taken in a studio, and Hal Davis, and there was a gentleman that did my makeup. I wasn't too happy about the makeup, but when you're 17, you're never hardly happy about anything because you don't have enough experience to know you're supposed to be happy.
Well, how did your hit song come around? How did that song come about? Every Little Bit Hurts. Who wrote it? And
well, Every Little Bit Hurts was written by a Caucasian man.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Ed Cobb, and he was a member of the Four Preps.
Oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And he wrote love letters for Katie Lester.
Oh, really?
Yes,
love letters
he did. He wrote Every Little Bit Hurts and I'll Always Love You for me. And so I didn't want to do that song because Frank Wilson's wife did the demo, and she could sing better than me, as I thought. And they fussed with me to do the song. So I finally did it, and we cut it in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
Hal Davis and Mark Gordon, which they discovered the fifth dimension.
Oh, wow.
And,
okay.
Yeah, so we cut it here in a studio at a guy named Steiner. It was right there on Highland. He had an upstairs studio, and we recorded it there. And knowing me, I was just fussing and crying and didn't want to do anything. But it was my key signature song, so that was great for me.
Yeah, but see, you can sing other songs, but there's always, I'm glad there's always a song, though, that gets you out there and people to know what you can do. I'm looking at another picture of you, okay? You're looking sultry. You got I don't know, was that a gold dress, Dawn?
Looks like it's an orange and yellow picture. You got like a short hairdo that comes to the shoulders, little bump underneath.
And,
orange. That must have been when I was very young. Was I sitting on the floor?
We just have
you
an
just
upper.
got a headshot almost to your shoulders, but it's like you're looking, you're looking good. So whatever, it looks good. So,
Okay, well, thank you.
Let me ask you this: what is some of your favorite artists and some of the songs that you like?
Well, one of my favorite artists is Shaka Khan because I look a lot like her. And plus, she just has something in her voice. And then Aretha Franklin, Mary Wells was one of my idols from Motown. I like Martha Reeves also. Kim Weston, I'm in love with Kim. She's like my big sister, Kim Weston. And let me see, Morgana King.
Well, I haven't heard that name in a while. Morgana King.
I know, because you're not that old.
I am that old. How you think I am?
We're not going to stop.
I'm old enough.
But Morgana King, Sarah Vaughan, they told me that when I was a little baby in the crib that I would not stop crying until they put B.B. King on. I was like, okay.
Let me ask you, I see here that you're from Watts. Is that right?
I am totally from Watts. I am from Jordan High School. I am a Jordan High School Bulldog.
My. I still live in Watts, not far from Jordan. So.
Oh, you do?
I live on 103rd. Right down the street.
God, that's my stomping ground, Will Rogers Park and all that. They've changed the name now, but I had lots of fun at that park and the swimming pool in the summer and everything.
Well,
a lot of fun.
They redid the whole thing, a multi-million-dollar restructure of that park. It's beautiful.
Yes. Well, do you remember the Largo Theater?
No, I don't remember that.
That movie was on. What street is that the park is on?
That's
is
on
it 103rd?
It's on 103rd.
It's
on Central and Century, right on the corner, 103rd and Central.
Well, this was like it was like Central, but it was down near the Jordan Downs. But we used my mother's. The movie used to babysit us. That we were at that movie for hours on Sunday.
Well, and what was the name of it?
The Largo Theater.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to find out
I'm going
about
to send you a picture of that theater because it was all kinds of children just waiting in line to get in. It was just so beautiful. That's when Snickers candy bars were 5 cents.
Oh, Lord. Okay. It's 5
and they're
cents.
$1 now, so you know how old I am.
Man, old ain't nothing but a number. We know that. But
that's true.
When I look at it, it's such a small world, but I just was saying how much that I admire you and what you do, not just because you sing, but, you seem to be a beautiful person because Frank and Jeannie speak so highly of you, and that's what we look at as a person's character, because God gives gifts. We know that. But your character, you have to have that on your own, and that's what you seem to have. And that's one of the things that I look for in a person, because I hope somebody can say that about me one day. But
well, a lot of people tell me that I have such a sweet spirit, and I always want to keep that because the people that like me are the people that keep me alive and keep my name out there. And if you like my artistry, then you're giving me a compliment. And so in order to compliment you, I show you the same kindness because we're all people with different gifts. And my gift happens to be a singing gift, but I didn't ask for it, just like you can't ask for your relatives. God picks them for you. I wish I could ask for some different relatives, but, that's what I was dealt out. And, that's it. But I always try to be sweet. That's my practice daily. I don't want to be mean. I want to be an old lady where young guys come and say, oh, let's give that little old lady a kiss because she's so sweet.
That's so sweet, and old men too, by the way. But old men too want to give you a little kiss every now and then. But
yes, they do.
Don't leave us out.
Give me a kiss too on the cheeks.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, on the cheek. I mean, come on now. That's keep it where it's supposed to be. but I look at when people have these gifts, folks look at celebrity types and they're singing, and all of a sudden they think that your life is just all roses. You got everything. You're making all the money and all this kind of thing. Could you give us a little bit about what that's really like to be in that business? of show business?
Well, being in the business, you have to be well grounded. You have to know where you've come from. And my mother had a saying: don't forget who you are when you go out there, because you can lose yourself out there, and you really, really can. Like some artists, they have a few hit records and then the business destroys them. And we have a perfect example from Michael Jackson. The business helped to destroy his life.
Yeah. You're right.
You know, so you have to remember who you are, where you've come from, and you have to be you. Be happy with yourself. Look at all your good points, and then you can work on your bad ones.
You see,
look at the goodness in you, and then you can always work on the bad part. But if you don't give yourself any praise for anything, then where do you get your morale from? Where do you get your get up and go? So I want to look at the good things, because I know sometimes people will say, well, my husband, he's this and he's that and he doesn't do this. I said, well, does he do anything good? And they say, yeah. I said, well, let's think on those things, and then we can work on the other parts.
You know, what you're saying is so true, because people seem to think that when you get into this, some of these young people, that everything's going to be smooth and you don't have to do anything. But I like it, liking it when you out there and you become a celebrity type, that you have fun with it. To me, you have to have and don't take things so seriously. Remember, like you said, who you are, what you want to do, but also don't get caught up in things that you know you're not familiar with, or you don't know what's going to happen at the end of that road. Just stay. You got good, like your mother. You got to listen to people who loves you and got your best interests at heart, and that's what keeps people grounded, like you said. Because I look at Michael, and with all the fame and fortune, all the things that he had, all this stuff, and this the way he ended up. And it's because...
And you see, he never looked at a show as being a good show. He always looked at, what can I improve? What can I do? Give yourself credit for having a good show. A lot of us, we try to... you're trying to get ready for the next show before you haven't even completed the first show. Give yourself credit for having a good show. Don't always be so critical. And get an education, because you're going to need it. Every record, I don't care if you're Beyonce, you're not going to always have a hit for the rest of your life.
You have to be prepared.
So you have to get yourself an education, and you can't be proud if you have to work. You need to eat in between those record deals. So don't be embarrassed because you have to maybe sometimes take a job until you can get a hit out or whatever. Everybody knows that everything is not going to always be up, and that's what you have to realize in the business. That you're not going to always be. I haven't had a hit record out in many years, but I can still sing because I try to keep myself away from anything that's going to hurt me, like drugs, like even marijuana. I try to stay away from all things. I don't have a problem with people that can do it, but I can't.
Okay, and see, that to me is so important.
And I lost my sister from drugs, Patrice Holloway. Because she tried it. And you know what? You don't have to get rid of it if you don't really try it.
That's so true.
Sometimes we have to think like that. I don't want to have to try to wean myself away from something. I don't really want to try it, So that's the way I've been, because there's been drugs in my family for years, even with my own daughters. And it's just a sad thing. You just don't try it.
That's right. That's the best way.
That's what I want to tell them, because sometimes you miss sleep and you miss your family because you're on the road for the holidays. But you have to just really stay grounded, and a little prayer won't hurt.
A little prayer, right? I mean, to me, prayer is the answer to all of it. I mean, the bottom line, to keep you praying and keep you inside yourself. Sometimes we look at others and want what they got and wish we had this or that. To me, you just have to be thankful for what you have, and don't dwell on what you don't have. What do you have, and grow that.
Look, you see some of the most women that don't even look like anything, and they have the finest man. Why? They have something that man likes. It could be a personality. It could be the way they cook, the way they treat them. Everybody has a beauty. God gave all of us something.
Amen.
Even if it's just pretty hands.
Pretty hands.
You know, God gives everybody something. So don't want what another person has because you might not be able to handle that.
My.
And I've never been jealous. If women are beautiful, I'll tell you, you're beautiful. What do you use on your face? What kind of makeup is that? Where'd you get that wig from? Or where'd you get that weave? You know, you don't have time to be jealous because it takes away from the time that you could be using to improve yourself.
You know, and this is such a good thing you're talking about. And you did mention hands, and immediately my mind went to Bill Withers when he talked about his grandmother's hands. Grandma's hands, man. You know, and that was a beautiful, beautiful song, what he was saying.
I'm telling you.
And so true. And you're the first person I ever heard say something about hands beside of him. You know?
Yeah, my mother loved hands. She picked her men if they had pretty hands.
Okay.
I don't know why she did that, but some men look like women that have pretty feet. So, you know, everybody likes what they like.
Dawn, look at my hands, Dawn.
Handsome hands.
What do you think?
I think those are beautiful hands, Mr. Watkins.
This is the Leon Watkins Show hands. Right?
All right, show it to the camera.
Okay, wait no, Lord, look at them hands. You see them hands? They're beautiful.
Beautiful.
They're kind of ashy, though. I need to put some lotion on.
Lotion won't hurt.
A little lotion on them things, you know.
Well, look, my boyfriend has beautiful hands, and I'm a little bit, because I got boxer hands. They got more veins than a boxer.
Oh, wow.
And he doesn't even have any veins in his hands. I say, why did I get these hands? I need to be a boxer.
Okay, now, Brenda.
Instead of a singer.
Brenda, we were doing really well, and you just almost ruined this whole thing. You know what you said, right? You know what you said, right? You know what you just said? Your boyfriend.
Oh, my boyfriend?
You see that? Well, that's it. I was trying to figure out a way how I could come in on the side with that, and you just blew that up. So, you know,
well,
I was kidding.
You know what? He came back after 40 years.
Ooh.
He took me to my prom. So I'm like, maybe you're supposed to be with me.
Yeah,
because if you came back after a marriage
wonderful.
and 40 years, I think you're my soulmate.
Oh, you know, high school. Oh,
you better believe it.
I had a high school sweetheart, you know, married.
That's right.
You know, so that's wonderful. I mean, I like to hear things like that. And
but you know what, too? Another thing with staying in a relationship, you have to constantly keep falling in love with the same person, because when he came back, I had to learn how to love him again.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had been separated for so long, until he was a boy when we broke up, and he was a man when he came back. And I was still trying to treat him like a kid, but he says, look, hon, I'm a man, so, you know, watch it. And so I had to learn how to love him when he came back. And that's what people have to understand. Sometimes we get tired of the relationship and everything, but you got to keep falling in love with that person.
Yeah, you know, it's just something that you're saying again, learn how to love again. You had the basics for it, but people change, and they might not be exactly the same way you left it. You know, remember this, and it's not that way anymore. And but it's worth it. To me, if you find love, it's something that you need to cherish, because everybody don't find love. It's just elusive, because you're looking for love, and it's not there. It's some of the most worst things that happen to a human being is to love somebody that don't love you, and you forcing yourself on that person, and they just don't love you like that.
You're never happy with that person.
No.
You're never happy because you can't make them happy, and that's what life is about, is making someone else happy.
Oh, you know, giving. That's what this is, better to give than receive anyhow, anyway.
I believe it.
I know.
And you know what? And it comes back to you on many, because like a lot of people say, you still wear heels? And I'm like, I can't live without my heels. And they're like, are you really that old? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Every morning I get up, I know that it's a brand new day. It looked like yesterday, but it's a new day. And,
it's a blessing.
I'm going to just stop being so deep, but I'm just enjoying today and being happy and still being alive. That's the greatest thing.
Being alive and productive and knowing that God is making this. God is the one who's running all these things, and we need to tap into that, because he said he'll never leave you or forsake you. Don't get me worked up on that, because each day brings its own thing, This day, I was thinking about this day. I said, Brenda's going to be on today, and I'm all excited to see. That didn't happen yesterday, but it's today. Because this is the day the Lord has made. Who says I'm going to see tomorrow? It might not be no tomorrow. This is the day that you do what you do and enjoy it and try to make it be the best day you can and move on.
Well, you better tell it like it is.
Well, I want to know, okay, what you got going on now? What's happening?
Well, the next event, I just got back from Mexico.
Wow. You were down there with Trump?
My next event is going to be the HAL Awards on September around the 24th.
Okay.
And then I have another engagement October the 1st. And I have a real big Hispanic following. Okay. And it's just really, really strange. Well, my mother's dad was straight Mexican. He migrated into Texas and married my granny. Okay. Yeah, so I have a lot of Mexican, not Spanish, but Mexican roots.
Do you speak?
Yeah,
you speak?
I was glad to go to see Mexico, where my grandfather was from, but it's so different from the United States. It's unbelievable.
Okay. You want to tell us just a little bit about that?
Well, it was just, everything was just, they're so far behind us, and it's so much poverty, and it's just totally different from the States. And even their food is different. When you're eating Spanish food here, you're not eating Mexican food, because Mexican food is totally different, and I couldn't even hardly get used to it because we're used to hard-shell tacos and enchiladas and burritos. They don't know anything about enchiladas over there. Wow. It's an American dish, American Spanish-Mexican dish over here. And if you ask for some pork, they give you the whole shank.
See?
I'm like, huh? Wow. You ask for beef, they give you the whole shank, and then they cut the meat off. And so I was like, oh my God, and it was just totally different. Now, the only thing that they really did have that's like America was like their tequila.
Okay, that don't change.
And they even put a tequila drink in a little tomato. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Okay, all right.
But it was so different from us.
But you know what? It's good to experience things. You need to know. See, to me, I've never been to Mexico, and I'd like to go one day. And let me be
prepared to know that it's even under our ghetto. It's not quite up to our ghetto, what we call the ghetto. It's kind of like it's different.
Before we go to break, I want to know: do you speak Spanish?
I can speak a little bit of Spanish, but that's what I'm going to take. My grandfather never spoke English, and they were mad at him. He had 15 kids by my grandmother and never spoke English.
Okay.
I don't know what was up with that, but he had 15 kids by my grandmother, and he would not speak English.
Wow. Brenda, I'm going to introduce your song, and I wonder, could you hang around for a minute or for a few more minutes after this? I won't keep you as much longer.
I will.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce, this is Brenda Holloway on the Leon Watkins Show. Every Little Bit Hurts, one of my all-time favorites. And she's on, and we want to just blast this right now to all you lovers out there. She's telling you that every little bitty things hurt.
Every little bit hurts. Every night I cry, every night I sigh, every night I wonder why you treat me cold, yet you won't let me go. Every little hurt counts. Every little hurt counts. You say you're coming home, yet you never phone. Leave me all alone. My love is strong for you. This loneliness you've given me, I can't go on giving my life away. Oh, come back to me. I'm a toy and and you're the boy who has to say when I should play. Yet you hurt me, desert me. To me, darling, you'll see I can give you all the things that you wanted before.
All right. Maybe a little bit hurt. My God. Did you hear that?
Amen.
Hey, you hear that? Listen to that. That girl, and you, a young girl like that with that big booming voice. Beautiful. And I didn't know, hey, I'm listening to you back then. I didn't know. I mean, I'm thinking whatever I was thinking at the time. But it was one of the songs that we took into my heart. So now,
You just put it all into that song, and I can just say amen, because
Amen.
that's the message. These men need to come home.
you know, Brenda, I am so glad that you came on today. I don't know what to do. And hopefully that this won't be the last time, but we'll deal and do some things together. I mean,
That'll be good, and I want to meet you in person, too.
oh, I would love that. And
Okay.
I'm going to look forward to it. And I just thank you for your time and your giving us this time. And I love it. And, you know, just keep doing what you do. I want you to know that you have a forever fan in me.
Oh, thank
Okay?
you.
Forever, no matter what, because
I appreciate
You're
it.
one of my
And, you know, the interview was good. I got a good feel for you, and I'm just really happy that I was able to be on your show.
oh, thank you so much. And I will definitely be back in touch with you. God bless you and keep you, and keep the peace. Peace and love, Brenda. I'll be in touch.
All right. Thank you.
God bless you. Brenda Holloway, ladies and gentlemen, she was here with us, and I hope that you got something out of this. This was a wonderful, wonderful person, an interview with her, and I would just like to say this is the kind of thing that I would like to highlight on our show, various artists, especially those who have the heart and the temperament and the sweet, like she said, that she has a sweet spirit that's in her heart, and that's what we all need that. Is that right, Dawn?
That's right.
No,
You know, a spirit, it goes a long way. And I really appreciated everything that she said in regards to saying how it has worked in her life, how it's helping the industry. Because I think people forget that we're people. And the best thing is to give love and to love on yourself.
My.
Come
Is
on.
that a message? We don't know how to love ourselves anymore.
Why? I don't know why.
Well, because people told you it's a stigma. If you do that, you're conceited. You this, you that. You know, you just can't say, well, if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love somebody else?
That's true.
Answer me that. I need to know. If you can't love yourself, you know, no one is fit to command another who cannot command himself. How can you say you love somebody and you're not loving yourself? So she gave a good message. I'm all for it. Her and what she's doing, and I'll definitely be back in touch with her again. Okay? Okay, Dawn. I mean, you didn't tell me what you did over this past week.
Oh, what did I do? You know, the week goes by so fast. You know what? I was out helping with some catering, so I did that. And I've been driving, and I'm heading out to the Vegas this weekend. So I'm prepared for that. And I know we're going to talk about coming out to Vegas for your birthday. Yes, the Leon Watkins Show.
Yes, we're going to have a...
Leon Watkins is celebrating his birthday September 7th? Oh, 8th, 9th, and 10th?
8th and 9th.
7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Rio.
And look, he's getting fancy. He's getting a whole full room with balconies. You can see the water.
I'm going to tell you what's hooked up with all that. It's that Joe Beck story. It was hooked that up.
What's going on with Joe Beck?
Joe Beck, the movie, I mean, this is all part of it. Joe said she wanted her birthday's in that same era. What I'm trying to say. The same time frame.
Right.
And so we decided to have our birthdays together, and so we decided to go. She's going to come from Atlanta to come there, and I got some of my family and friends that go be there. And
that's awesome. So what are the updates? How's the movie coming along?
The movie's coming along fine. We hope to have it in hand in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks. We hope to have it done. I mean,
it seems like it happened so fast.
It's not, though. I mean, it seems that way, but it ain't been fast.
But that means it's murder.
Don't start that.
You're getting a good thing going.
Oh yeah, it's there, and we're just so excited about it because it's been 20 some years waiting for this. This is just the trailer. That's not the movie yet. The movie will come after this. We did it backwards. We did the trailer first. But anyway, is this something that we're looking forward to? Very excited about it, and I look to see how it's going to be because, like I said, my thing is they met at my place, So, and they're going to say my name in the scene. They're going to say, "You down to Leon's, huh?" Yeah. I said, "All right, we're going to do that." I just think that with Joe, with the thing that she accomplished and what she did, and now we got this movie that's been made of her life, I think a lot of people are going to be pleasantly surprised at the thing that she accomplished. It was something that go down in history because this movie is ready made for today's things that's happening today. It fits right into, and it's not just a movie or entertainment. It's something to show what could be done if you have the right spirit, if you have the right heart. It has nothing to do with color of your skin. It's what's in your heart. It's what matters in life. It's not your skin color. It's what's in your heart. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what this movie is basically about. It's very exciting, and I think people are going to really love it. Who's on the phone?
You got David's on the line.
Oh, our producer decided to call in. All right, is he ready?
He's rolling.
Are you ready already, David? How's going on, Dave? David, I'm sorry. David.
All, I'm watching you talk to this legendary singer, Brenda Holloway, and I'm wondering who booked her since I'm here in San Francisco. I'm getting a little bit suspicious you might have other people working for the Leon Watkins show.
Well, no, it was just funny. If you were listening to me, you see where it came from. It came from my friend in dialysis, one of my dialysis brothers.
Oh.
That's what, if you must know.
Other.
No, you still have your job. You have your position.
I don't know.
But I can't. We have to.
I was a
but
little
David,
Leon.
We have to move on because when you leave, we can't shut it down, Holmes. We got to keep going.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Now the man called us rat.
Now, David, we can't do anything without you.
Oh, that's
you
right.
are part of the Leon Watkins show team.
And the chair's sitting there empty. It's sitting there empty.
It's okay. I'm here in San Francisco, and we're having a great time. And I sent along a couple of pictures so you can sort of see what I'm seeing.
Oh, okay.
That John should be putting up for you. But,
there you go. There
you got
go.
you in front of some park or something?
Yeah, where's that at, Dave?
Huh?
Where's that picture? We looking at you had on. You with the flags in the background on the building.
Yeah, that was taken out. That's actually I'm standing in the Apple store, which faces Union Square.
Oh.
And in the background, you see the kind of in the building in the background is the very famous St. Francis Hotel, which was built in 1904 or 5, and it barely survived the 1906 earthquake, but that's how long it's been around.
Okay.
Wow.
And so that's Union Square. And then I also, yesterday, we pretty much just kind of stayed around that area. We went and saw an amazingly hysterical show called Beach Blanket Babylon, which has been playing in San Francisco for over 42 years. And it's kind of a campy show where they make fun of everything topical, like, the presidential elections and celebrities. What I remember about it after I saw it was they're famous for the big, huge headdresses that the characters wear. I mean, they're 15 feet long and 5 feet, 10 feet high. It's hysterical.
Wow, David. The thing I might have to ask you is, how many plays and things have you seen in your lifetime?
Thousands.
Hard to believe.
Thousands. Yep, thousands. And I actually went to. I don't know if I put a picture of it up or not, but I went in 1977. I went to the American Conservatory Theater's summer training program, and that's in San Francisco. And we walked by that yesterday. And then I went to David's Deli. I'm sure Don should have a picture. David's Deli. I remember when that was there.
Okay, what is that? What is that there? A bowl of noodles and broccoli?
Yeah,
and
so I just did a sample of what I had at David's Deli, my namesake deli. And my mom told me that when I was young, like baby, she actually got a David's bowl so that because how many people have their own deli, right?
My. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
I hope you got yourself in front of the sign.
What?
I hope you got yourself in front of the sign, like a picture of you and then David's Deli in the background.
Oh, I didn't do that this time, but I will. But then, really, the highlight as far as where we went after the show was the Buena Vista. Now, this Buena Vista is a restaurant or bar that's been around for 50, 60 years. Their claim to fame is they claim that they're the ones that invented the Irish coffee.
That's what that is?
It's called the Buena Vista. But my favorite drink, and I put a picture of it, it's called a Ramos Fizz, a Ramos Gin Fizz. And it's this frothy concoction, which John should have a picture of that as well.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
Yeah, and that, to me, that is the greatest. I mean, I love that drink.
What's in it?
It's just gin and orange water, and it's that cream that makes it all thick. It's like an adult milkshake. Yeah,
An adult milkshake.
Very good. But anyways,
Okay.
Leon, listen, I'm glad you're having a great show. I'm glad things are going well, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Okay, now, you coming back with something or what?
I don't know.
I need a souvenir. Everywhere you go, I need a souvenir.
I'm not sure how much the thing I brought back from Ashland was appreciated. I didn't
What do you
feel
mean?
the love,
What you want me to do? Put it on my forehead? What? What do you mean? Appreciate it.
Well,
It's at
what
my
you
house.
talking about,
I'm just
David?
saying, you know, I don't know.
It's at my house. What you want me to do? Anyway, just bring something back. You don't have to worry about the appreciation. Just do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Now, David,
I'm sure I'll find you something. We're going to the Disney Museum today. The Walt Disney
nice.
Museum.
Oh, I'm a fan of Mickey Mouse. Anyway,
Mickey will be there. Anyways, Leon, it's good talking to you, and I'll see you next week.
Well, hold up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our producer, David. He's in San Francisco, and we miss him. And, David, hope you have a wonderful time, that you'll stay there, and we look forward to having you back. We're not going to have any more guests until you come back and get me somebody, okay? Are you gone? You just left me? Okay, fine. Bye, David. It was on the Leon Watkins Show. Okay, now, hey, that was a good.
I'm excited
guess.
about this song, Mandrill. We need a
Oh,
little
you
funk
want to
up
hear
in
about
it.
that? Let's play Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mandrill. You should listen to that back in the 70s. Mandrill, I forgot the name of it, but what's the name
Fence
of it?
Walk.
Fence Walk. Okay, we'll be right back on the Leon Watkins Show. Thank you. Anyway, hey y'all, we back. Mandrill. Some of you people remember Mandrill. They have a album cover because that album's in, and on the album cover was a big baboon, the red baboon, the red faced baboon was on the cover. I remember that cover. I had it. And all the songs were good on there too. Hey, I was looking at something, looking at the news, and I seen something about Chris Brown. I mean,
Oh, gosh.
How this girl, this woman, whatever, accused him.
Bailey Curran.
Well, what you got? You got something on it?
Well, first, I think I don't see how anybody could have missed it, but just in case. You know, the whole situation, she was at Chris Brown's house. She went out, called the police, said he put a gun at her, pointed a gun at her, threatened to take her life. Helicopters, media, policemen saying they saw a bag of gun and drugs being thrown out. He stayed in his house until he said they needed a warrant. Every media outlet blasted. Of course, we know that Chris Brown got in some trouble back in 2009 with Rihanna. And then, of course, with his tempers, but he immediately went to social media. He said, this is ridiculous. I had nothing to do with it. Everybody's going with his past track record of saying, oh, he's a scumbag. Drug him through the dirt. Even Ray J, Brandy's brother, actually stood up and said, all of this is false. It got blown out of proportion.
You see, that's the thing that we have to deal with. Even the hint of impropriety with us black men. I know we appropriate to say African American, but I'm used to saying black men because that is where I grew up with. But this thing, man, and they found out now, really, they didn't find any gun, and the person who accused him found out that she's have been accused of stealing from someone else and making up stuff. She even said she texted allegedly one of her friends and said, I'm going to do this to teach him a lesson.
Can I read you the text?
Yeah, read me that.
All right, okay.
Read that.
So there was one text that she sent immediately after. Here's an update. So this was sent on Tuesday at 2:57 a.m. from Bailey to one of her friends, Safari. She goes, hey, Safari, don't you know this freak Chris Brown is kicking me out of his house because I called his friend's jewelry fake. Can you come give me my Uber's messing up? If not, I'm going to set him up and call the cops and say that he tried to shoot me, and that will teach him a lesson. I'm going to set his, pardon my language, ASS up. LOL, come get me. Now her friend Safari responded, really? That's effed up. You ain't going to do that. You're wrong if you do. And now we may recall, Bailey had also sent the text. This was the initial text to a friend. And the friend's name is Christian Manila, asking for him to come pick her up and saying that this MFer about to go down. Now, we're not certain if the second text, which is the first text I read regards to her saying set him up, is true, but we know for sure the text to Christian saying this MFer's going down is true. Now, you remember, I don't know if you heard on the news, this is the same young lady that won, I think, the regional California crown. The pageant got stripped of that in 2016, and which... it's not clear on what she did, but they did ask for the crown and the sash back. She hasn't given it back, and that was back in June. And she just posted up a picture about a month ago saying, that she is crowned Mrs. It's unbelievable.
See, it's what we talked about with Brenda. You surround yourself with people. I don't know the situation, but you got all these people that's grouping. And they're saying we will be with you as long as you're doing this for me because I feel like that I
got something to take from you.
Well, I'm somebody, though. I'm somebody more. You're going to give me what I want. I said it's fake, so what? This is blah, blah, blah. He has a right to throw you out of this. That's his house. If he want you there, you leave. Who are you supposed to be that you're going to do this?
Right.
And she should be charged.
Well, they did say that she probably will be. The ruckus, that's defamation.
Let me say this to you, too. You know what could have happened to that African-American man? He could have been killed. Because you see how that goes. Because he was already agitated with it. He could have done anything. They came in full force. They came for business. Police ain't coming there to do a whole lot of. They come for business.
And they tried to make it seem like, he's barricaded. He's staying in his house. He has every right. It is his constitutional right in the amendments to stay in his home until a warrant is issued.
Exactly.
Now, because we know the police have been under fire for the past several years. In regards to, not exercising citizens' rights properly. They did wait until an official warrant came out. Now, this is what was interesting. They were outside for hours, probably starting at 3 a.m., and he was saying, no, they needed to issue a warrant. They were saying that now technology, especially with police officers, they can get in a warrant simply by a smartphone. But for whatever reason, that had taken so long, and they did, in fact, wait until his lawyer had came in order to serve that warrant.
You know what? And the news people, that's when I saw it on TV, they asked the police, whoever was in charge, Why did you have so many people here?
For what? What was?
What happened that you got all this force of people? And they said, well, we just wanted to make sure that if what he was saying didn't make any sense.
Like he's a,
like he's a dangerous, broke out of the pen and he killed 9, 6, 10, 20 people.
This is a celebrity.
And we got to rush him with the SWAT team. What are you doing? What is this all about?
What is it about?
you don't even know the truth.
I feel like Marvin Gaye. What's going on?
What's going on?
All right.
And see, that's where we have our tendency. This is what I try to say about us brothers. I mean, we all, some of us, all of us, if we're in the wrong situation at the right time, anything can happen to us.
Anything.
It's been proven. That
time and time again.
And I said this could have been ended up being a tragedy. And even though he's in his own home not doing anything.
Minding his own business.
And then the next thing you know, he's surrounded by police.
Now, so the reports came that instead of actually, stating that he was going to shoot her just because she said it was fake, he has every right to say, get out of my house. Like, who do you think that you are?
Well, evidently, I just have
Wake up, everybody.
Well, what about entitlement?
Okay.
What do you think she is? She's an entitlement kind of person.
And I don't know if you had saw the videos that he posted on Instagram, but he stated it's been known that Chris has had a stalker for some time now. Mm-hmm. And he made a comment. He said, I have called the police plenty of times for my stalker. Didn't even show up. Come a day later. This girl calls at the drop of a dime. And
they gone. Once they realize who she is.
Now, however, at first I want to say that, because of a gun is involved, but if somebody got a stalker, for one, that says that somebody must be deranged.
Of course.
It's one thing to do some lurking, like watching maybe on social media, but to show up at somebody's home, not once, twice, but several times, who knows what this person... Could you imagine if his daughter was there? These are the things that we need to think about. We need to think about, what it means to be exercising the law properly. What does it mean to defame somebody's character? And what it really means to be an African-American or black male, as you say, in the state of the United States.
Let's look at it now. See, he's able to do all these things because of who he was. Here's the problem with that. What about the other brothers that don't have none of that?
Right.
You don't have the luxury of calling lawyers and have this and do that, and they come in on him. See, it wouldn't have been a search warrant. They kicked the door down. They did all that and did all this stuff, and nobody would have said anything because they would have lambasted. They said he's guilty, and they ain't went in there. They ain't know what's going on.
Guilty about?
But see, by him having celebrity, he could do this.
That's right.
Let me, Chris. I don't know you, man, but I give you credit for what you did, how you did it. It's an educational thing for some of us, especially for some of you young brothers that don't have that. You need to know the law. You need to know your rights. You need to know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. Even
what you're entitled to.
Even if when you do the right thing, that doesn't necessarily mean you still ain't going to get shot. But at least you could doing the right thing, because that's what happened. You seen the brother with his hands up and all that, and they still shot him. But you need to know what to do. You need to know how to react when you're stopped. You know what to do and what not to do. You need to know these, young men, all men. You need to understand that this is this is the time we live in. Got to know, because if not, your life could depend on it. Because anybody can accuse you of anything at any time. You don't even have to know nothing about it. You have to be careful out there. Understand that. So I give kudos to Chris for handling it in the way that he did. And like I said, I don't know the brother, but I don't have to. I still think that we need young men like that to stand up and do it the right way. And thank you, Mr. Brown. Okay? Now, here we go. We got how much? We got a little time left. Back to the Joe Beck story. This thing is going to be pretty big, and I hope that you guys are listening to what we're saying, because it's a very unusual picture. It's a love story baked into a crisis situation at that time. It was the truce of the gangs was going on, and they were right in the middle of that. All kind of stuff was happening and at the same time, this was going on between John and Jay. All this, and it was in the midst of the 80s. You know what was going on back then, and it's going to be a heck of a story. And I want you to be able to understand that what happens when it comes out, when you see it. I want you to be able to say, I'm going to deal with that. Now
are you guys are raising money for the movie, right?
No, we're not raising any funds for the movie. We're raising funds for the Leon Watkins show on his Facebook page. That's what we're looking for. You know, I need some money to keep my show on the air. No, the Joe Beck story take care of itself on that money thing. I ain't gonna be coming out with that. But I do need money here, Dawn, so we can just keep on looking at each other.
Keep that good thing going.
Yes.
On the Leon Watkins show.
Do that. Just go to my page and help me. I got to go for an account. Just help me. We got a thing. We say 100 people give $40, or 40 people give $100, or 1,000 people give me $1. Whatever way it works out, I would like for you to continue to help me stay on the air. I want to be here, and we're gonna get better and better. And I have the best engineer in the world. I know I got the prettiest one in the world here with Dawn. She is so sweet. And I want to thank my guests again, Brenda Holloway, for coming on and being the guest that she is. She was a wonderful guest, a wonderful person. And we really understand, like you said, her gift, but she's a wonderful person. And she gave some good advice and everything. And I just thank her for being on. I thank you too, Janie and Frank, for turning me on to her. I'll talk to y'all. I hope you listen to it. Okay? Okay, what you say?
David.
David, what about him?
We got to thank David.
Man, I'm not thinking. No, David called in. I'm glad he's where he is. My producer's doing well in San Francisco.
We miss you.
We miss David, and I hope he brings me back sometime. I don't think he'd appreciate it. Okay, man, now I didn't want to tell you what you want. What you going to bring me back. I want you to bring me back a car. Since you
I like a car too.
What you can't seem to figure out what to bring me. I want a car with San Francisco license plates. Thank you very much. See what I'm saying, David? All right, bless you. Dawn, I want you to say something before we leave. Give me something. Give me something.
I want you to dare to be different and dare to dream.
Dare to be different and dare to dream.
Love on you the right way, in a special way. Sometimes you're going to have to teach people how to treat you. But first, you got to learn how to treat yourself.
Wow. And I think that's a hidden message in that. I think it sounds like trying to treat. I want you. She said, "Brother, treat me. I'm teaching you how to treat me."
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be treating me like I'm any kind of way. Treat me the way that you would treat your mother.
Because if you don't, this road might end.
And the road got to end somewhere, as Marvin Gaye talked about. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. We'll see you next week on the Leon Watkins Show. Peace and love.
It's all over. Said it's over. It's all over, baby. I gotta get away from you fast as I can. Oh, you're too much for me, woman. More than my heart can stand. Like a kid behind the wheel. You've been reckless with my heart. Oh, if I stay around you, sure tear it all apart. Stay the road's got to end somewhere. Honey, every road has got to end somewhere. Now is the time for the showdown. So let me give you the lowdown. That we've come to the end of our road. Oh, and just think about all the times you promised to call. I sat home lonely. You only did it 'cause you knew I loved you all. Running around with one guy in town. I'm telling you, woman, no longer will I be your clown. Said the road's got to end somewhere. Oh, every road's got to end somewhere. Woman, I'm tired of your stuff. Said enough is enough. We come to the end of our road. I can't take it no more. Woman, ain't no sense in you begging and pleading and talking about I'm the one you need. Said I done had my fill of you. Hurt me so through the years. I done told up, run out of tears. Tell you I couldn't cry if I wanted to.